Bone health isn't just about calcium or exercise. It's about the daily signals your body receives. After 60, your bones remodel more slowly, but they still remodel. They respond to microstress, protein intake, sleep quality, vitamin D exposure, and the natural rhythms that guide your day. Your bones remain adaptive throughout your entire life, even when the remodeling cycle becomes quieter. In this video, I'll teach you the simple daily habits rooted in real physiology that help slow skeletal aging and keep your bones strong as you move through the next decades of your life. Before we begin, share your name and where you're watching from, so I can welcome you to our senior longevity community. Before starting any new health routine, especially regarding supplements, exercise, or major diet changes, please speak with your physician or physical therapist. Bone health is deeply influenced by hormones, medications, existing conditions such as osteoporosis or osteopenia, and underlying metabolic factors. What strengthens one person's bones may challenge another's. Everything we discuss today is intended to support you, not replace personalized medical guidance. Let's begin with a simple truth. Your bones are alive. They are not static structures. They are constantly dismantled and rebuilt through a process called remodeling. Even in older adulthood, this remodeling continues. The challenge is that the balance shifts. Bone breakdown happens faster than bone formation. However, the good news is that bone formation remains responsive to small daily habits. You do not need intense workouts or radical dietary changes. Instead, your bones respond powerfully to gentle, consistent signals that communicate safety, nourishment, and stimulation. One of the most important signals your bones receive is mechanical load. This doesn't require strenuous exercise. It means giving your bones the physical stress they need to maintain density. After 60, many people rely predominantly on walking for activity. Walking is valuable for cardiovascular health and emotional well-being, but it doesn't challenge the bones enough to stimulate strong remodeling, especially in the hips, spine, and wrists. The body adapts to what you consistently do. If the load is repetitive and predictable, the bones stop responding as vigorously. What we need is microloading. Microloading refers to small bursts of gentle force that encourage bone cells to wake up and strengthen. You experience this when you go upstairs rather than down, when you shift your weight from one foot to the other, or when you rise from a chair using your legs rather than your arms. These tiny, repeated signals create slight stress in the bones, which is exactly what stimulates the cells responsible for building bone. Think of microloading as giving your bones a reason to pay attention. Even subtle movements, like pushing into the ground through your legs when you stand tall, or pausing briefly at the top of a step, send that message. Another important factor in bone health is protein intake. Many older adults unintentionally consume less protein than they need. With age, the body becomes less efficient at using protein to maintain muscle mass, and this gradual decline in muscle affects bone remodeling. Muscles and bones form a shared system. What strengthens one supports the other. When protein intake is too low, muscle tissue begins to fade, reducing the mechanical stimulation bones depend on. Including protein evenly throughout the day, rather than eating most of it at one meal, helps support steady muscle repair and bone signaling. Even small increases, like adding a serving of Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, lentils, or eggs to a meal, can help maintain the muscle strength that protects your bone density. Calcium often gets the spotlight, but bone health depends just as much on magnesium, vitamin K2, and vitamin D. Magnesium helps regulate how calcium is absorbed and used. Vitamin D helps the body absorb calcium effectively. Many older adults have vitamin D levels that are lower than ideal, especially those who spend much of their day indoors. Sunlight remains one of the best ways to support natural vitamin D production, even in small doses. A short period of morning sun on the skin, just a few minutes, depending on your climate and health conditions, can support your vitamin D levels and help regulate your circadian rhythm, which influences sleep and bone repair. The timing of your routines also matters. Bones repair themselves more actively at night. This is when bone-building cells become most active. High-quality sleep isn't just restorative for the mind, it is restorative for the skeleton. During deep sleep, hormones related to bone formation are released. If sleep is consistently interrupted, shortened, or irregular, bone remodeling suffers. Improving sleep does not require dramatic change. It may involve turning down the lights earlier, reducing screen brightness an hour before bedtime, taking a slow, quiet walk after dinner, or performing gentle stretching to unwind the nervous system. These small habits help the body transition into deeper, more supportive sleep cycles that benefit bone health. Hydration is another overlooked factor. Bone tissue contains water, and the cartilage between your joints depends on adequate hydration to remain flexible and shock absorbent. Many older adults drink less as they age, either because they don't feel as thirsty or because they want to avoid frequent trips to the bathroom. This gradual reduction in fluid intake affects the entire musculoskeletal system. Drinking small amounts of water consistently through the day, rather than large amounts at once, helps support joint lubrication, nutrient transport, and cellular function involved in bone health. Now let's explore posture, an aspect of bone health that people rarely think about. The way you align your spine affects how your skeleton responds to gravity. Rounded shoulders, a forward head position, and collapsed posture increase compression in the vertebrae and reduce the distribution of mechanical load that helps sustain bone density. Improving posture doesn't require rigid formality. It comes from gentle awareness. Imagine lifting your breastbone slightly upward, lengthening the back of your neck, and allowing your shoulder blades to settle downward. This expanded, tall posture distributes weight more evenly across your spine, giving your vertebrae the subtle, healthy stimulation they need. In addition to posture, daily movement patterns influence bone health more than most people realize. Repetitive motions without variation fail to stimulate the wide range of bone structures that need support. When you introduce changes, like stepping sideways instead of forward, turning your body gently during walking, or shifting weight from one leg to another, you give your bones new signals. These micro-variations imitate the kind of natural, functional movement humans performed throughout life before modern environments reduced our physical diversity. Diversity of movement creates diversity of bone signaling. Stress management also plays a surprising role in bone health. Chronic stress affects hormone levels, including cortisol, which can interfere with bone formation over time. Stress isn't something you can eliminate, but you can influence how your body responds to it. Practices like slow breathing, spending time outdoors, connecting with loved ones, or reducing overstimulation before bed help regulate your stress response. When stress hormones decrease, bone-building hormones function more effectively. Even a few minutes of calm can help support skeletal longevity. Now, let's talk about your daily routine. The habits that protect your bones are not dramatic or time-consuming. A healthier skeleton is built from small, consistent behaviors. You might wake up and begin your day with sunlight exposure to support vitamin D and circadian rhythm. You might choose a protein-rich breakfast to support muscle health. You may incorporate micro-loading throughout your morning by standing tall, shifting weight, or engaging your legs during transitions. You might pause in the afternoon for hydration and a snack containing magnesium or healthy fats. In the evening, reduce screen brightness and create an environment that encourages deeper sleep. All of these subtle choices accumulate. They communicate safety, nourishment, and stimulation to your bones. Your bones also depend on balance. While today's video is not an exercise routine, we can still talk about balance as a lifestyle habit. Balance challenges occur throughout your day, not just during structured exercise. Turning your head slowly while walking, transferring weight deliberately with each step, or practicing slow, controlled standing transitions help train the stabilizing muscles that support your skeleton. When your stabilizers remain active, your bones are less stressed during movement and better stimulated during transitions. Another powerful habit is protein timing. Many older adults consume most of their protein in one meal, often dinner. But muscle protein synthesis declines with age, meaning the body uses protein less efficiently unless it is distributed evenly. By including moderate amounts of protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you give your muscles a steady supply of building blocks. Bone health improves as a result because muscles pulling on bones stimulate remodeling. Even small shifts in protein timing create measurable changes in muscle retention and bone strength. As we move toward the end of our session, take a moment to notice the theme running throughout everything we've discussed. Bone biohacking is not about extremes. It is not about unusual supplements or strenuous workouts. It is about daily messages, consistent, gentle signals that remind your bones to stay awake and resilient. Your bones respond to the story your lifestyle tells them. Before we finish, I want to acknowledge your commitment. By watching this video and learning about how your bones work, you are taking an active role in your health and independence. Bone strength determines so much of daily life: your posture, your mobility, and your ability to remain active in the years ahead. None of these habits require perfection. They simply require participation. Small steps, practiced consistently, create powerful results. If you found this video helpful, share in the comments which habit you plan to begin using today. Subscribe to Senior Longevity for more evidence-informed guidance to help you stay strong, steady, and vibrant. Your bones are listening, and they are ready to respond.